Hi, I'm Tyler Peterson. I teach the frequency of leadership, and welcome to the May alignment where I help leaders to raise their frequency so they can unlock their full power. This month we'll be talking about releasing self-limiting beliefs. So just as a quick recap, the quality of our life, the quality of our leadership is a direct result of our internal state of being, our thoughts, our emotions, and our beliefs. All of this is our frequency. And our frequency is what creates our experience in the world. It draws to us people, situations, circumstances. Everything we experience is drawn to us because it's in resonance with our frequency. So our internal state of being, our frequency, thoughts, emotions, beliefs, drive our experience of reality. It's how we create our experience of reality. So it's really critical to understand if your frequency is limiting you in some way, or if it's supporting you and empowering you. So really developing the skill to discern your frequency and how it's supporting you or hampering you is really critical. Without even realizing it, we often carry around thoughts, emotions, and especially beliefs that limit us. Sometimes they're just out of our awareness, our conscious awareness. So how do we become more aware of them? How do we draw them into our awareness so we can address them? Well, I'm so glad you asked. One powerful way of doing this is to tune into your body. If you're feeling any sort of inner turmoil, discomfort, you're not at peace within yourself, if you feel you're actively resisting in some way, or you're feeling strong emotions, or sometimes even very subtle emotions, all of these it's the way your body is letting you know that there's something asking for your attention, that there's something that needs to be processed. And almost always at the root of that is some limiting belief. Our bodies they're truly extraordinary. They're just these amazing vehicles of consciousness, and their role is to help us know, to help inform us when something is out of alignment. So really start paying attention to your body. And I especially encourage you to do this because if you ignore what your body is communicating to you, if you ignore those emotions, those feelings, they don't go away, and they'll build up over time until they grow louder and more obvious and more pronounced in your direct experience, where you'll have no choice but to address them. And usually at that stage, it's a pretty unpleasant experience. I've certainly had those experiences. I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, have had that experience at least once in your life. So it's really critical to listen to our bodies, to respect what we're feeling, and then to start to take action around that. So the taking action is processing to release those beliefs, processing to release those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings. This allows our frequency to naturally and effortlessly rise up on its own. As soon as we do that releasing, our frequency is released and begins to rise up. It's really incredible. And we want to do this because the higher our frequency, the more powerful we are in our ability to intentionally and consciously create with our frequency. We're no longer doing it passively, unconsciously, unintentionally. We're now doing it fully aware, with full intention, and we're more able to create the outcomes we really want for ourselves. And let's be honest, it just makes for a much more enjoyable experience of life, and ultimately will lead us to a place of feeling more fulfilled with our life and more confident and more empowered in our ability and our knowledge to create the types of experiences we'd like for ourselves. So raising our frequency is the result of releasing and processing. It's really critical. So when do we do this? I just want to recap. I mentioned this a second ago. You want to process when you feel that inner turmoil, when you feel any sort of discomfort, any degree of being not at peace within yourself. It can be very subtle, or it can be very loud and strong and obvious. Anytime you're feeling some sort of internal resistance, these are strong emotions. These are all moments. These are all indicators that you need to take a moment and look within. There's something there for you to see so it can be released. So then how do we do this? Well, as I said, tuning into our body is one of the most powerful ways of knowing. So let's just take that a step further. Let's do a body scan. Let's really be present to our body. So to do the body scan, breathe, ground, heart center, become present, become more embodied. When you move into your heart center, it helps you connect with that divine mind, the other aspect of ourselves, the other aspect of perceiving. We have a human mind, we have a divine mind. The human mind lives in limitation. The self-limiting beliefs is a result of that. The divine mind is unlimited, knows no limitation, understands that we are source and that we can create what we'd like to create for ourselves. So when we heart center, we move into alignment with our divine mind. We elevate our perspective, which helps us see the limitations of the human mind more clearly. So breathe, ground, heart center. And do all of this with your eyes closed, and then begin checking in with yourself. Check in physically. What am I feeling physically? Do I feel warmth or cold, pain, dullness? Where do I feel it in my body? Is it intermittent, or is it always present? Just become more aware of your physical body. Check in emotionally. What are you feeling? What's the quality of your emotional state in this moment? What's the quality of your mental state? Check in mentally. Are there repeated thoughts in your mind? Are they uplifting thoughts, or are they thoughts that are undermining you in some way? So bringing more presence to that as well, the quality of your mind. And as we do this, as we become more aware of our body and become more present to it, we begin this process of allowing whatever is stuck, whatever limitation we have within our being, our seeing it and recognizing it in this way begins to allow it to loosen its grip and become processed and start moving out of our system. And we can ask questions. We can engage our mental capacities here a little bit and investigate, I'm feeling this pain in my side. Is there something there that my body would like me to know about this pain? Is there an emotion associated with this pain? Is there a memory associated with this pain? You can ask these gently probing questions to start to define and more clearly see these experiences you're having within yourself. And it's not that you have to know absolutely every single detail. That's just the human mind wanting some certainty. It's not about that. It's just about helping you to become more present to the experience so that your consciousness, being present to it, can just do what it does and allow this limitation within your body, this emotion, this pain, to begin to dissolve and move away. Oftentimes we'll have insights, we'll have realizations, we'll have some sort of new understanding that will help to shift things and resolve whatever that inner turmoil, whatever that discomfort was we were feeling inside. And to ground this and be even more practical, oftentimes when we're feeling some internal turmoil, we attribute it to some external circumstance. So I'll give you an example. Let's say there's somebody who's been eating away at you internally, and you keep thinking, gosh, this person, they are not worthy of. They're not worthy of that amazing relationship that I see them having. They're not worthy of the level of income they're making. They're not worthy of the prestige they might be experiencing in their life, or whatever it might be, their happiness and joy that they're experiencing. This is just a made-up example. Pick any one of these things that this imaginary person is not worthy of. Well, frequency being frequency, our external reality is just a reflection of our internal state of being, our own frequency. So if you're having this sort of discomfort, resistance, inner turmoil, and you're attributing it to something external to yourself, the first thing to do after acknowledging that is to look within and ask yourself, how am I holding this frequency in my own body? How am I holding some belief that I am not worthy of earning a certain level of income, of having a loving relationship, of experiencing joy and ease in my life, whatever the thing was that they're not worthy of? it's not about the external person, it's about us. How do I hold that belief myself? And these gentle, probing, internally oriented questions help us to understand what has given rise to that discomfort and the struggle and the resistance and all those uncomfortable emotions and feelings we all know so well. These gentle probing questions help us to understand how we've been holding beliefs, thoughts, emotions towards ourselves that are giving rise to that experience. And our external world is just reflecting back to us our internal dynamics. So this is the body scan, breathe, ground, heart center, that elevates your perspective to your divine mind so you can more clearly see any limitations in your human mind, and check in mentally, physically, emotionally. What are the states of these bodies? How do you experience them? And gently probe with questions to understand. See how, if it's an external circumstance again, see how you are holding that internally within yourself, towards yourself. That's really the key. As you do this, observe, neutrally observe what's coming up, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're remembering. Allow it just to be present in your experience. No judgment, nothing to do. You're just witnessing it. And in that neutral observation of your internal experience, you're releasing that energy. You're allowing it to dissipate and move out of your system. You're allowing yourself to understand how the limitation you were holding yourself in may no longer serve you. And you can even ask yourself that question. Is this serving me? What do I want now? How was this serving me in the past? Does this continue to serve me now? All of that will help you sort of become more present to your internal experience so you can make a decision about what you'd like to do. And this is all facilitated through the body scan and then through neutral observation of your experience. It's not too difficult to do. It just takes a little bit of practice. And the key to this, just like anything, is to do it regularly. I would encourage you to do this daily. Ideally in the moment as something is coming up, but that can be difficult. Sometimes we don't remember. Sometimes the situation isn't appropriate for that. Then definitely do it at the end of your day. Just take 5-10 minutes and check in at the end of your day and bring to mind again any sort of situation or experience you had that gave rise to that internal resistance, discomfort, that being not at peace within yourself. And do this body scan to process and release. So I hope this is helpful to you to understand how to release some of our self-limiting beliefs. It's a powerful practice. And with time, you'll notice your experience of life will start to change quite dramatically as you're releasing these self-limiting beliefs. You'll become more empowered, more engaged, more confident, more energetic. There's a whole range of experiences you might have. But at the end of the day, they all lead to this place of feeling more fulfilled and more joy and more empowered in your ability to create what you'd like for yourself in your life. So good luck with this practice. Get out there and enjoy the process. So that's the teaching portion of this month's alignment. I'd like to shift into the alignment portion now. Before I do that, I just want to say thank you for being here. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. You can head over to our website, thefrequencyofleadership.com. You can join the newsletter there. You'll receive updates whenever these are released. And you'll also receive immediately a free Essentials of the Frequency of Leadership. It's a mini online email course. You'll get one email each day walking you through all the main aspects of the frequency of leadership so you can begin raising your frequency now, today. And that's free when you sign up for the newsletter. So check that out if you haven't already. Okay, with that, let's move on to the alignment. I just want to give a couple of instructions for those of you that are familiar with this. It's always a helpful refresher, or you can jump forward to the alignment itself. For everyone else, here's what an alignment is, a channeled energy alignment session. I channel energies that will come in and they'll work with you directly. They'll work with you individually to help you have the experience of higher frequency. They're intelligent. They'll tailor themselves to your unique needs and situation right now in this moment. They understand what would be of the highest service to you to have an elevated experience of frequency. Sometimes that might mean releasing something, having an insight to let go. Other times it might be having a sense of expanded possibility or an expanded sense of self. You can experience it in so many different ways, mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically. It could also just be a very peaceful, relaxing experience. That is common as well. So no matter what your experience is, know that you are receiving these energies and that they are supporting you in the highest way for you. So the way this will work is I'll lead us into a gently guided meditation to help us become present to the experience. And then at a point I'll say I'm going to open to the channel, to the energies, and begin the alignment. At that point going forward, I won't talk any longer. I'll be quiet until the very end when I call us back. My role really is to help facilitate you coming into this experience, opening to the channel, and then stepping out of the way. The energies will come through and they do their thing. They collaborate with you directly. On your end, all that you really need to do is just be present and open and receptive to this experience. There's really nothing else required. You don't have to have a particular state of mind other than being relaxed and open. You can lay down, you can sit up. I definitely encourage you to stay awake, to have a conscious experience of this. That's always helpful and supportive. Beyond that, that's it. It's really just being present and open and receptive to have this experience. So with that, let's move into the alignment itself. If you haven't already, go ahead and get comfortable sitting or laying down. And before we start, as always, I just want to ask for your permission to do this alignment. And if I have your permission, please go ahead and say yes out loud or yes quietly to yourself. Okay, wonderful. Let's get started. So I'll just invite you to close your eyes and let's bring our awareness to our breath and breathing in through your nose and a longer, slower exhale out through your mouth. And just do that one or two more times and then settle into your own easy, natural rhythm of breathing. And then let's establish our grounding. So just simply setting the intention, I am grounded, I am connected to earth. Earth is connected to me, coming up into my body, supporting me with her energy, holding me. Just setting that intention makes it so. All right, wonderful. Now let's move our awareness and rest it in our heart centers. So just bringing your awareness to your heart center. And if it's helpful, you can bring to mind anything really that puts a smile on your face, that helps you become present to your heart center. Thinking of a place in nature, of wild animals, of baby animals in particular, all of that helps move us right into our heart center. So do that if it's helpful for you. And then setting our final intention, and I encourage you to state this intention out loud or quietly inside to yourself. And the intention is this: I am present and I am open to receive all that is for my highest good. Okay, Wonderful. I am going to open to the channel now. And from this point until the very end, I'll be quiet. I'll just call us back when we're complete. So, here we go. All right, come on back in your own time, your own pace. Just gently return to your body, to your room. That's the end of the alignment for this month. If you're really in a good place, feel free to stay there too, just enjoying these energies, this experience. Either way, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and for endeavoring to raise your frequency. It will make a dramatic difference in your life, but it also makes a huge contribution to our collective human consciousness. And maybe that'll be a topic for another month, but it is a significant contribution. So thank you. That's it for this month. Be well and enjoy the month. Take care.